my channel. Today's video is going to be the part 2 in the little YouTube series that I'm doing. I made a whole playlist on my channel that's all about YouTube stuff, like how I started, why I started, like the beginnings of my channel, and then this little series that I'm doing all about my tips and tricks on how to start YouTube, how to get yourself going. This video is going to be all about how I film my videos, what I use to film my videos, and how I edit, upload, all of that good stuff, everything that has to do with filming and uploading a video. So this video is going to be jam-packed with lots of good stuff, lots of good info for you guys. If you guys are wanting to start a channel, definitely make sure to keep on watching, and let's just get into it. And before I get started, I just want to throw it in for you guys that I will have every single thing that I mentioned linked down below in the description box. I'm going to fill that with so much stuff for you. I will link all of the equipment, all of the websites that I use, absolutely everything and anything will be linked down below for you guys to go check out so that you can get your hands on all the good stuff. I'm going to start out with the equipment that I use to film my videos. I've definitely gathered quite a bit of equipment over the years, but I don't think that you need to start out with all of this. I definitely think it's like a gradual thing. Like you just eventually purchase stuff along the way and then you like have your little kit of stuff that you use to film videos. But especially nowadays, I definitely don't think that you need all of this stuff. It's stuff that I use, but at the same time, like I could definitely make do with what I have. I'll tell you guys what I have, and then I will tell you guys what I recommend. So first and foremost, I'll talk about the camera that I'm filming on right now. The camera that I'm using currently is a Canon T5i. It's the first camera that I ever purchased. It's what I started YouTube with. I love the camera. I did start with the basic kit lens that came with it. It was great, but I ended up getting a new lens. I switched lenses. The one that I am currently filming on is the Sigma 35mm f1.4 lens, and that lens I love. It's what gives you the blur background. This is what like all the YouTubers used to use back in the day, and I love it. I highly recommend this lens if you're gonna start and you really want to have like nice sit down videos. I love the combo that I have. I love the camera that I use. It's like a perfect beginner's camera, and I love the lens together. So if you want to do more sit down type videos that you want to be super high quality, definitely recommend that camera, but I do not think it is a necessity. Along with the camera and lens that I use, I have a microphone that I use. I use a Rode microphone. I think it makes such a difference. There's just not that good of audio quality that comes with the T5i. So I definitely recommend getting some sort of microphone eventually if you're using this sort of setup. I just think it helps a lot to have nice crisp sound with using a microphone that connects to your camera. So besides the camera setup, I also use a tripod. Mine is a tripod that I actually got off of Amazon. I didn't pay a ton of money for it. It's a tripod. Like I don't really think that you need to spend a ton of money on a tripod if you're just gonna be filming kind of more sit down videos. It definitely helps to have a tripod, but just any cheap tripod will work. It just has to be something to hold the camera. I've had this tripod since I started making videos. Highly recommend. I love it. It's lasted such a long time. When I am filming these sit down videos, I also have studio lights. So I have 2 softbox lights, I believe is what they're called, and it just makes the lighting look a lot nicer. So if I'm filming and it's dark outside, or it's just like an ugly, gloomy day and it's just kind of dark in the video, I'll use my studio lights. It adds a lot of light into the video. It definitely makes it more appealing to the eye, and you can just see things a lot better. I definitely don't think it's a necessity to have these lights though. I think it's one of those things that you can purchase if you want to and you kind of want to upgrade your setup, but I definitely don't think it's a necessity. You can definitely do YouTube without having any sort of lighting setup. Just make sure you're facing a window or something, or some natural light, so that you can still have the light in your videos. I think it makes it a lot more convenient to have these lights because I can kind of film whenever I want to, but I definitely don't think they're necessary, although I do really love mine and I definitely get my use out of them. That's pretty much just a basic overview of the equipment that I use when I'm filming these type of sit down videos. However, what I've been using a lot more lately, and what I recommend if you're a beginner just wanting to start out, you just want one basic camera that you can do so much with, is a Canon G7X. I just have the first edition. They have the G7X Mark II out now, which I'm sure is a little bit better quality, but I just started out with the first one. This is the best beginner's camera because you can do so much with it. You can do your vlogs with it, but you can also film these more sit down videos with it, so you can definitely use this a lot more versatilely. That's not a word. This camera would be a lot more versatile if you're a beginner and you just want to buy one thing. Definitely recommend this camera, and I definitely recommend splurging a tiny bit on your first camera just because I think it'll last longer. It's such good quality. I love the G7X because it has the flip out screen. This is like literally the camera that everybody and their mother uses on YouTube. It's pretty good quality. It's just a great beginner vlogger camera, sit down camera, like everything camera. I love this thing. This is like my little baby. So out of anything in this video, this is like the #1 thing that I recommend. So I use this to film a lot of my vlogs. Sometimes I actually use my iPhone camera in my vlogs too. If I'm like too scared to pull this out, I'll actually use my iPhone camera. But most of the time I'm using this in my vlogs, and sometimes even for like really chill sit down videos, I will also use this. And with that, I'll use this little tripod. This is also the tripod that everybody and their mother uses on YouTube. It's the Manfrotto little tripod. This is like such a good quality tripod. It is awesome. I love it. So worth it. I love that it has like a big thick handle so you can really have control of your camera, and it has like a little swivelly head so you can get good angles with it even though it is a smaller tripod. It's like so nice for vlogging. You can get really good angles. It helps to make like still shots if you're trying to really like get a moving shot of something. It definitely helps. So this is my little vlogging setup. And the last piece of equipment I have, but I don't always use, I honestly hardly ever pull this out, and this is like one of the last things that I would recommend that you guys buy. It's great. It's amazing quality, and if you're gonna do like voiceover type stuff, definitely recommend it in that case. But besides that, I just don't really make those type of videos, so I don't think it's really that necessary. This is a little blue snowball microphone. It's great for voiceovers, great if you're doing anything where you're talking, where you want really nice crisp audio sound. But besides that, I just don't think it's that necessary. I went ahead and grabbed my handy dandy computer because this is something else that I use all the time. If you guys don't have a MacBook, like, so recommend it. It's the best computer I've ever had. I have the MacBook Air. I love it. It's lasted me quite a while, and it's the best thing if you want to make YouTube videos. So I'm gonna show you some of the other equipment that I use that is more on my computer and jump into more of the editing type stuff. The first thing I want to talk about is actually these glasses. These glasses are from Diff, and they are the blue light blocking glasses. I'm sure you guys have heard so many people talk about them. They are like the rage right now. Everybody talks about them, has been using them. I can attest to how great they are. I am obsessed with these. I've been wanting to try a pair so much. Diff is currently running a sale this week on all of their glasses, their blue light glasses, their sunglasses, everything, so that you guys can stock up for the spring and summertime. So I definitely recommend you guys going over to Diff's website and checking out all their sunglasses as well as their blue light blocking glasses. They're having a huge sale, so everything will be majorly marked down, so now is definitely time to buy them. But I've been loving these glasses for editing. So I used to get headaches all the time when I was editing because I would just be sitting and staring at the computer screen for so long. These have helped out so much. They block the blue light that your computer transmits. It definitely cuts down on headaches and eye strain that I feel like so many of us experience when you're on your computer all the time. So if you work on your computer, you're on your computer a lot, even on your phone a lot, highly recommend, especially if you want to do YouTube, these are like the best glasses to have. They're like literally like my editing glasses. Like, these are the editing glasses. So to actually edit my videos, I use Final Cut Pro. I don't think that this is a necessity to have. I think there's a lot more that you can do with Final Cut Pro that you can't with iMovie, which is free on MacBooks. I started out with iMovie and used it for quite a while until I finally upgraded to Final Cut Pro. But I do think iMovie works great if you're just starting out and to get up some videos. But if you do want to take the plunge and buy Final Cut Pro, I do think that there's a lot more that you can do with it that you can't with iMovie. So that is what I use to edit. I'm not gonna go too much into detail about how I edit, actually probably at all, because I literally just play around with stuff. I am the worst at actually knowing how to do anything. I just click around a bunch until I find something cool that looks good together, which I know is probably not what you guys want to hear, but it's the truth. I just kind of like click and like try to make things look nice, and if I want to do something, then I just Google it. So I'm not your girl to show how to edit. I'm just showing you guys like the stuff that I use and a little bit of details on that. I feel like I have a pretty basic editing style. I don't do anything too crazy anyway, so if you guys want to know how to edit like very specifically, this is not the video to keep watching. And then for music, there's a couple different things that I do. I actually have a creator subscription to Epidemic Sound, which is where I've been getting a lot of my music more recently. They have great stuff on there. That's actually where I got my intro song from, was from Epidemic Sound. And I love the music they come out with. It's like some of the best stuff. It is $15 a month, so if you guys don't want to spend that money, I feel ya. I think it's worth it in the sense of there's a lot of music that you can get your hands on, and you can really find music specific to what you want for the clips that you have. But there's also so many free options out there, so you do not need to go and get the subscription or anything like that. So YouTube has amazing audio, amazing songs and stuff that you can put over your clips. Just go in your creator studio and they have a whole list of music that you can kind of go through, pick out what you want, what you like, what you don't like, and you'll be sure that that is copyright free so that you do not get in trouble. Another way I get really good copyright-free music is actually through YouTube. There's like a couple of YouTube channels that I'll always check out, and they have really good non-copyright music as well. One of them, for example, is called Non-Copyright Sounds. I will link some of the other channels that I use down below as well, so you guys can go check out their copyright-free music. But there's a ton of great options that are free music that you can use copyright-free. You won't get in trouble for using them, that sound really cool, really different. So that's definitely an option if you want a free way to do that. That's pretty much where I get my music from that I use in my videos. The final touch on putting a video up is usually the thumbnail. Thumbnail is the most important part and the part that I think gets neglected the most often, and I'm definitely guilty of this for the longest time. Like, I would just throw together a thumbnail, not put much thought into it, and just kind of like go with whatever I found, even if I didn't love it, because I was thinking, okay, it's more important to spend time on the video and not so much the thumbnail. Completely false. Thumbnails are so important because it's going to be what gets somebody to actually click on your video. If you don't have an interesting, really cool, eye-catching thumbnail, then nobody's going to even watch the video no matter how amazing it is. So I think it's super important to spend as much time as you can on thumbnails. I have been using PicMonkey for as long as I can remember. Again, I have the subscription for that, so I pay for it yearly. I love PicMonkey. I so think it's worth the money. I think it's the best way to make thumbnails. And what I've been doing lately for my thumbnails is actually using a lot of iPhone photos. So I'll take like pictures when I go out and take pictures or something. I'll use one of those pictures, which I already have edited. I'll use Aspen Ovard's presets on the Lightroom mobile app. I have her like original pack, the one with like the home preset, vlogger preset, outdoor, summer, and there's one more, but I forget the name of it. I have that preset pack, and I use that on a lot of my Instagram pictures, actually all of my Instagram pictures, and I've been starting to use that more on my YouTube thumbnails as well. So I'll use a lot of iPhone pictures that are already previously edited, or I'll take screenshots from my video, whether it be with this camera, with my vlogging camera. I'll take screenshots. I'll like sit and pose, like, you know, you pose for your thumbnail or whatever, and then I screenshot that and I edit it on the mobile app. I like airdrop it over to my phone, edit the thumbnail with the preset on my phone, and then airdrop it back to my laptop. That's how I've been trying to edit my videos more recently, just to get like a more cohesive look. I definitely have just recently started doing this, but I've been loving the way that it looks. It makes everything look a lot nicer, makes my channel just flow. Everything looks the same as opposed to having like a million different thumbnails that just kind of looks all over the place and crazy. I like kind of having like a cohesive thumbnail feed. After I get that part of the thumbnail done, just to get it to look nice and pretty, I go onto PicMonkey and use that picture. I usually crop it to be the dimensions of YouTube's thumbnail, and then I'll just add text and I just play around with it, to be quite honest. I'll type in stuff on Google to get like different images or like brush strokes so that you can have like that cool watercolor effect on your thumbnail, or little like polka dots or brushstroke dots or something like that. Just little dots that I'll add sometimes in the corner of my videos. Different lines and graphics, different emojis. I'll import all sorts of stuff from Google. If I don't know how to do something, again, I literally just Google it because I don't know how to do that much. I just play around with something until it looks okay. I tried to do a similar thing to each thumbnail, but that doesn't always happen. I use a lot of graphics that PicMonkey has to offer, so I use like stars or hearts or little boxes in my thumbnails sometimes. I use all sorts of different stuff that's in PicMonkey. Honestly, the best thing to do is to just play around with it. I think that's how you learn, is just playing around with PicMonkey and seeing all that there is to offer. It's the same thing for editing. Like, you just kind of have to play around and see what works, see what you like, see what doesn't work, what doesn't look as appealing. You just kind of have to click around, honestly, and play around with it until you like how it looks. That's pretty much what I do. I don't have like a rhyme or reason for how I edit things. Like, again, wish I could tell you guys like more exactly how I do things, but I literally just play around. I also have some different fonts that I use, and you can download all sorts of free fonts on a couple different websites. I know like DaFont is one of them, 101 or 1001 free fonts or something like that. Again, I'll link those websites down below where you can download free fonts. Those are awesome too, to give your thumbnails a different look than just the type of text that your computer has to offer or that PicMonkey has to offer. It really gives you more options and ways to switch up your thumbnails. So I use a lot of different fonts in my videos, but I try to like stick with a similar theme in how I use the fonts and like the way that I do them, you know, so that, like I said, everything looks nice and cohesive. And that's actually about it. That's all the stuff that I use to film and edit and what I use to get my video to the final product. Definitely make sure that you check out the links down below. I'm going to have so much good stuff down there for you guys to check out, and so that you have something to reference. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I answered all of your questions about what equipment I use and how I edit. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe by clicking down below and give this video a thumbs up for me. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'll link that right here, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.